So another thing I want to talk about is C rating. What is C rating and why is it important? Well, first of all, C rating is kind of a synthetic number. It's not really hard, I would say. It depends on other factors. So it's the milliamp hours compared to the amps that it can output. So a 1C battery, 3 amp hours of capacity, 3 amps of discharge, that would be a 1C. So on laptop style batteries and stuff, you'll usually see like a 1C, maybe a little bit more. On power tools, you might see a 15C. So if that was, I'm not going to do math on camera, but it would obviously be 15 times the discharge capacity. So you're usually only going to see really high C ratings in lithium polymer cells, which are those bag style cells that you see in like RC helicopters and quadcopters, stuff like that. The C rating is going to be really high because the batteries don't have a lot of capacity, but they can discharge a lot of current at a time, and that's what a C rating is. The thing is if you have different sized batteries with the same C rating, the discharge current is going to be different, which is confusing. So it's you're better off if you can figure out what the actual capacity in amp hours or milliamp hours of the battery is and the discharge current of the battery, because those are hard numbers and you can apples to apples compare different batteries like that. If all you know is the C rating, then you got to do math to figure out what the discharge current actually is. And I don't know, I kind of wish people wouldn't use C ratings because it's kind of just annoying and makes things more complicated than it needs to be. There's also C ratings for discharge and charge. Usually charge rating is going to be half. You can usually only charge the battery half as fast as it can discharge or more. I've seen them significantly lower than half. So maybe like an eighth or a tenth or 20th of the speed it'll want you to charge than discharge. So usually that just has to do with how much heat builds up in the battery. And if you know anything about lithium batteries, when they get too hot, they catch on fire and they basically don't go out. So that's really bad. So make sure when you're charging them, you don't get them too hot, you don't overcurrent when you're charging them. Which, I guess I could talk about BMS, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that for another video. I will say, if you're building if you only have one cell, or you're putting all your cells in parallel, it's pretty safe. You don't need to worry about a BMS at all. As soon as you put cells in series, now you're talking BMS, which is a whole level of complexity for lithiums. If you're using nickel metal hydrides, lead acids, NiCads, any of those, they're pretty safe. You can series the crap out of them, and you don't need any kind of management system. You just hook it up to a power supply or whatever to charge them, and they're not going to catch on fire. Lithiums, on the other hand, a little bit of a different story. But that's it for this video. I want to keep it a little bit shorter than normal, and I hope to see you guys around next time for another video from ChankyShack.com.